What is stopping me from learning real things? What is stopping me from doing real things? It's all about the way of learning. I messed up. We don't have time. Don't even time for. How did I got here? In this paper, I got from pornography, banned pornography. So how did I got there? I got there about from some guy's blog post. And here I've seen. Wait, yeah, I clicked on this banned porn and I got this stuff. But during just looking around, just saw female degradation, and there's a Cambridge paper about it, female degradation through porn, and I got the paper. I'm about to read the paper later, not now. I mean, you don't really have to read this, just but some people really uh, don't accept stuff, right? Oh, I like this. What do you call? I don't know. I just like the GIF. NVIDIA client server. I want to become more. The Matrix. No, no, no. All hype. This is Dinshi's YouTube channel. I am Dinshi.
Alright everyone, I'm at the FCO airport. Look, pretty cool. They have like this mini bar thing next to them. Hi. Sometimes you get emails that genuinely keep you up at night, and that's what this video is about. So if you're aware of this channel, I get a lot of emails. Makes sense. I make a lot of videos teaching people new things, and so genuinely, it's by me. That's what the video was going to be. And I was going to cite...
I just can't really focus on stuff, bro.
For topologists, a coffee mug is equivalent to a donut. Because they both have one hole, a mug can be continuously deformed into a donut and vice versa, as
This
if
is
it is made
topology.
of clay or rubber. If both a donut and a mug have one hole, how many holes does the straw have? You might say it has two holes, one where the liquid comes out and one where the liquid is sucked in.
It's actually one.
But imagine if we made a straw shorter, and by short,
Yeah, it's
I
just
mean
one.
really short.
I know.
At this point, the straw looks just like a donut and it clearly has one hole.
It's
When we
topology.
reverse the process, is there ever a point in time where it stops having one hole and suddenly has two holes? If it did, at what point during this process did we ever cover up a hole?
Mobius
reducing
strip.
the total number of holes from 2 to 1 when
That's
all
a
we're
cool
doing
one.
is continuously shortening the straw. In fact, to a topologist, a donut, coffee mug, and straw are the same. They all have one hole and are said to be homeomorphic to each other because we can continuously deform one into the other. However, a donut would not be homeomorphic to a ball. If we try to continuously mold a donut into a ball by pinching the hole away, there will always be a point in time where it suddenly stops having a hole, so it is not a continuous deformation, and thus a ball and a donut are considered
So it should
not
always
topologically
have the
the
hole.
same.
Aha.
In the familiar realm of geometry, on the other hand, lengths, angles, and scales all matter, so these triangles would all be different from its point of view. In topology, however, not only are all triangles the same, they are the same as any circle or square, precisely because we can continuously deform them into each other without cutting or gluing, as if shapes are made of infinitely flexible and compressible rubber. This is why topology is also known as rubber sheet geometry. In a moment, we will explore a fun counterintuitive puzzle in topology, but first we'll look at a type of 3D shape known as polyhedra. What do a cube, pyramid, dodecahedron, or any other 3D shape with flat faces have in common? Well, Consider how many vertices, edges, and faces each polyhedron has. The cube has 8 vertices, 12 edges, and 6 faces. Counting the values for the rest, this is what we get. Can you find a pattern? As it turns out, the number of vertices minus the number of edges plus the number of faces for each shape is 2. This is called the Euler characteristic of polyhedra. Specifically, 2 is the Euler characteristic of any simple polyhedron, which is just a solid figure with flat faces. But what about a sphere? It doesn't have any flat faces, so what could its Euler characteristic be?
I think I need to meditate nowadays, now and then, to get my ability to focus. Can't really focus nowadays.
Consider this 3D shape. This is just a simple polyhedron, so it will have an Euler characteristic of 2. When we add subdivisions to the shape, it will still have an Euler characteristic of 2. But as we add even more, the shape will gradually approach that of a sphere. And at an infinite number of subdivisions, this thing will literally turn into a sphere.
Yeah.
But we know that regardless of further subdivision, the Euler characteristic remains 2. It appears that the sphere is just like any other polyhedron, but with an infinite number of vertices, edges, and faces. And yet its Euler characteristic is still 2. Isn't that cool?
Yeah,
And
that's
this
cool.
thought process applies to any 3D shape with smooth surfaces that are based on simple polyhedron.
So are we getting more into geometry? We're learning the better part of geometry from now topology. It's interesting.
Into a sphere. In other words, if two objects are homeomorphic, then they have the same Euler characteristic. But what about
computational maths is cool.
such as a mug or a donut?
It's really useful to learn math.
The characteristic of a torus in the same way we did before, by finding a simpler version with flat faces. Take this shape for instance. It has one hole, just like a donut or a mug, but we can now easily compute its Euler characteristic. It has 9 vertices, 18 edges, and 9 faces. That gives us an Euler characteristic of 0. When we add more subdivisions, the Euler characteristic is still the same. However, as we add even more, the shape will gradually approach that of a torus, and with an infinite number of subdivisions, it becomes
perfect
a torus.
donut.
And yet its Euler characteristic is still 0. At this point, it appears that any object with one hole has an Euler characteristic of 0. For objects with 2 holes, the Euler characteristic is -2.
So there's a pattern now.
It is -4.
That is all about finding that
general,
pattern.
An object with h holes will have an Euler characteristic of 2 minus 2h. Now, the puzzle. Let's say there's a very long rod and we have this figure 8-shaped object that's called a handcuff with 2 holes. We can make the rod go through the handcuff in 2 ways. Either the rod goes through only one hole or it goes through both. Here's the challenge. Can you figure out how to continuously deform one handcuff into the other without removing it from the rod or doing illegal actions like cutting and gluing? Pause the video now if you want to think about it.
Holy moly, bro. Some crazy animations.
We've only just touched the tip of the topology iceberg. It can get a lot more complex and mind-boggling than this, and I encourage you to go down this rabbit hole. If you want to learn more about astonishing concepts in topology, I recommend watching my previous video about the mind-blowing and counterintuitive movie strip and Kleinbile, which are widely regarded as the poster children of topology. And after that, you can further satisfy your curiosity with Brilliant, which I'm happy to say is the sponsor.
It's not
of
bad
this
actually.
video.
Brilliant is not
is
bad.
a website and app that uses a hands-on approach to learning with lots of interactive and engaging visuals to help you learn math, science, and computer science. It makes use of active learning, which is perfectly tailored to the way the human brain works. Topics include foundational and advanced math, science, and computer science, where they have over 60 courses including algebra, calculus, linear algebra, astrophysics, quantum mechanics, cryptocurrency, and Python programming. I particularly love their calculus courses where I can brush up on topics that I learned in high school, different from the unengaging and lecture-style learning approach that most.
That's what I'm thinking sometimes. Like, do I should go back to the book style? It's of course that's the worst part. Or should I just pay for Brilliant.org and learn the most important part? Or is there any good alternative for Brilliant? I don't know. I've seen some sites which I want very interactive. What about the pricing? I think it's 8,000 rupees for. What? How much now? 960 rupees per month is not bad. But annual, how much? This is the group of 3 plus. So wait. In other words, 431. Uh, 431, right? 431 times 12. 5,000. Okay, I'll pay for it. If that's a good website, by the way. Courses. I want to brush up stuff, right? The thing is, what I'm trying to learn is very. I get that from the book, but it takes so many times that I don't have time. Math, science, computer science, right? And now I really learn one thing, which is just focus on one material. Just one material. My multiple material is my problem. That's what ruined everything of my real engineering. What's that supposed to mean? Orbits. Interesting. I don't have a problem with it. Brilliant.org, good. But is there any good alternatives?
Most schools employ, Brilliant has given me an opportunity to learn this subject in a fun, interactive, and structured way. So if you're currently
This is an honest review of using the website brilliant.org as someone studying maths. This is in particular reviewing the courses part of Brilliant, so the part that you have to pay for. Okay, so as you can see, we have 60 plus courses in math, science, and computer science, so there's plenty to choose from. I started off with the course Linear Algebra with Applications because we're doing linear algebra at university and it's definitely my least favorite. So as you can see, as you work through the course, you have reading to do, and then every so often you get a multiple choice question, which is good because you can frequently test your knowledge. One of my favorite things about Brilliant is the learning pathways. You can probably tell by watching me do these questions, but I do find that the questions on Brilliant tend to be quite straightforward compared to like what we cover at university, for example. So it's really good for introductory courses and if you want to, for example, study ahead if you're still at school. But in terms of revising the content we studied at university, unless it's something that you didn't understand at all, then I find that maybe it's not the best resource. This is an honest review of
Okay. Okay, that's the feel I don't having right now. Just that instant gratification of you learning something. But if you plan to use it in conjunction to your university course, you're out of place. Yes, you learn something, but it is the first 5 pages of a book. Yeah, that's the thing. I really agree with that. It is the first few pages of a book. That's what you learn. But the thing about brilliant is that you learn in a way that is intuitive and probably you're not going to forget in life.
Oh my god! Wow! ये Chrome Hearts brand की नई collection है ना?
I just saw this anime today. I mean, it's Korean anime, by the way. Reminder to do your dead hangs. He's a real Sigma then. That's a Sigma moment. Just want to see the... The one in the ring, girl. Oh no, no, no. It's a bunch of... What's the age? Where is... Okay. Wait, it's after? Merch. ഇതൊക്കെയാരുടെ വേടിച്ചിന്
तो यार गार्डियन ऑफ द गैलेक्सी वॉल्यूम 3 में एडम वॉलॉक को एज अ इनोसेंट
Oh man. Why took to 1 + 1 = 2? Yeah, that one.
2 यार गार्डियन ऑफ द गैलेक्सी वॉल्यूम 3 में एडम वॉलॉक को एज अ इनोसेंट
1 + 1 = 2. Yeah, that one. 1 + 1 = 2. Yeah, that one. 1 + 1 = 2. Yeah, that one. What is this?
आशीष चंचलानी एक चीज को लेकर काफी नाराज थे। जी हाँ, उनकी फ्रेंड समरीन कौर इंस्टाग्राम में एक इंसिडेंट शेयर करके बताई कि उनका एक बहुत ही खराब एक्सपीरियंस रहा।
Wait, this story. Okay.
अब विद गो फर्स्ट एयरवेज उनको अर्जेंटली अपना घर जाना था, तो वो फटाक से टिकट बुक कर ली एंड फिर वो एयरपोर्ट गई तो पता चला कि उनका सर्वर्स डाउन था, तो चेक इन वगैरह नहीं हो रहा था एंड अब वो फ्लाइट मिस कर दी। इतना ही नहीं, उनको स्टाफ बिहेवियर भी काफी खराब लगा था। तो इस चीज के ऊपर आशीष चंचलानी भी ये कहे, एब्सोल्युटली पैथेटिक।
Yeah, I mean, you can find this anywhere on India. Okay, I'm simping for her though. Pi is full. Okay. Did I see her somewhere? Have I seen her somewhere? I don't know, bro.
First, draw a circle with diameter 1. Next, draw a square around it so the circle is perfectly inscribed in the square. Notice that this square has perimeter 4. If you add up all the lengths of its sides, each side is length 1, you get 4. Now remove the corners of the square and connect the shape to the circle.
I mean 2.8. Ah, yeah, we can make it 3. And the pi equals e, bro.
It's still 4. If we keep removing the corners in this fashion, the perimeter
Couldn't agree more, bro.
around the circle is still 4. Repeat this out to infinity, and we'll see that this process maps the shape onto the circumference of the circle. What is the circumference of a circle? We know its diameter times pi. In this case, 1 times pi is pi. That's the circumference of this circle. But the perimeter of this shape approaches
9.6
times, and its length.
Well, yeah, it's 9.6, right? So it's 10
is
precisely.
4.
What is G?
Unless this is the conclusion that you
I mean,
want to make,
it doesn't give me.
and I don't think that it is, we need to figure out what's going wrong with this. Fact is, this illustration doesn't prove anything. It just sort of
Does
feels
Python have
right.
gravity value?
And
It's
maybe not even that.
9.6.
To mathematically justify this, let's look at a similar version of the problem.
Wait,
Draw a unit square
I
and
think
its
it's
diagonal.
capital G equals what?
Let's use a similar process to try
Okay.
to figure out what the length of this diagonal is. If we follow the perimeter from one end to the other,
Of course, it's small
we see
g, it's
that
not
this
capital
path
G.
line
Capital
is
G stands
2.
for what? Oh, is it?
Cut out the upper
Capital,
corner
isn't
of
it?
this region and travel
Yeah,
over
6.
there again.
Wait, what?
We'll see that this again is path length 2.
6.6.
Repeat over and over out to infinity. The length of the path is still 2.
9.6.
And our path approaches the path of the diagonal. So, should we conclude that the length of this diagonal is 2? And the answer is, of course not. The problem with this is that just because one path approaches another, it doesn't mean that the length of the path approaches the length of the other. How can we mathematically show this? We can say that the staircase path approaches the diagonal by looking at.
That's too confusing. Let's learn probability and let's sleep. I mean, move on, right? So randomness and uncertainty exist. I mean, I already started to take notes. It's all like my definitions and my answers. I mean, not mine, just copy paste, but mixed match. Even the book is just giving you one line, and you just wrote this much. I just want to make myself clear. That's all. This probability, randomness, and uncertainty. Okay. Daily lives. Okay, is this a good way to start a book? Better than many books, better than like 75% of the books. But I would say starting with the problem, you know? Rather than saying what is probability, just give a problem and ask questions quite interactively, like how are you going to solve it, right? And sometimes I feel like if I don't read this kind of specific big books, I will not be able to understand the concept of it. I still question myself, do I really understand? Do I really know about this? Self-doubt. Probability theory, the subject of the first part of this book. I have to stick with one material. The problem is I have too much material, but I have to stick with one material. Which one? This one. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, not bad. We're just directly getting into. Now, there's the first part of the book focus on probability theory and the mathematical framework. That's what it is. So, what's a probability theory? It's again, it's a framework that allows us to describe and analyze random phenomena in the world around us. Good, I like it. So just allow us to analyze. So there's like random phenomena, the word random. Like randomness, right? Random thing. I mean, there's high chance that, some random event can happen that just maybe randomly just take this finger out and the glass might flip over me, right? Flip over me. Flip it, lose control of it, right? But that's like random phenomena. That's like so. A probability theory allows us to. It's a mathematical framework, right? So it just allows us to kind of analyze these things, these random phenomena about the world around us, like things around us, right? So by random phenomena, we mean events. See what I mean? An event or experiment whose outcomes we can't predict with certainty. So certainly I can't say, I'm not gonna drop this glass. Yeah, that's the word, a drop, right? There's some random phenomena that means an event can happen or prevent me from stop drinking this glass of tea completely. The main issue had back is the language barrier, and the language barrier made me give me a big barrier of accessing the knowledge, accessing maybe the good books. So am I gonna write it? I don't know. It's just introduction, but let's go. Whatever you learn, you just have to write it pretty soon. I can write probability theory is a mathematical framework, but probability theory is the title, and I really don't like self. Maybe. Boom, we got it. Maybe I should just use the. We mean events or experiments whose outcomes we can't predict with certainty. But sometimes I really don't like when you ask what is probability theory. You can't say like probability theory is blah 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 blah, right? Did I make sure paper size A4? Metadata, it's actually metadata. Just geometry. So okay. Let's see if there's any changes. Yep, we can see the changes. That's what I call. That's perfect for A4. Okay. Okay. Now, yeah. So we understood what is meant by probability and why we need probability theory. So you can say why we need probability theory, and you can say probability theory is if we have probability theory, we can use probability theory to analyze random phenomena, right? So probability is about, predicting the likelihood of it's a measurement. So it's basically predicting the measurement of, predicting an event will occur or not. But it's a measurement. And I think I think self-x, but I don't think you just have to go through this from the very beginning. It's just a theory that just helps you to understand this. It's just a mathematical framework, just like it's math that just give you help you to analyze things, right? So I'm gonna start GPT some questions, right? Why we need probability theory? Analysis and interpretation of random phenomena. That's good. The uncertainty, risk management. It's so like it all have to do with randomness. That's why machine learning. That's good. Right, that's good. It plays a critical role in numerous fields. I mean, you can literally create a website by using ChatGPT, kind of like Brilliant.org, but yeah, it's something else. It's finance, statistics, and computer science. But I really don't need that part. But let's say this one. Wait. I think Centering. Yeah. I think this will clear the issues. No. You begin center, end center. That's oh, I did exactly the opposite. But they say center line will work. Center line. Yeah, center line works. If you just want that in just one line, right? Ooh. Now. And we can actually use all this, but it's sort of some of them I wrote, some of them. This it's all about notes, so it doesn't really matter, I think, that much. And what is not probability? Have to put it above. No, I'm asking literally what is not probability. Aha, logical truths, causality. Now, define pro. Look, it's giving me very good. That deals with study of random phenomena. It's all about, yeah, it deals with random phenomena and uncertainty, right? It provides a framework for that's the main thing, randomness and uncertainty. The other wordings around it, not that much important. Various outcomes or events. So the foundational probability theory is the concept of probability itself, which is a measure of the likelihood of an event. Again, it's quite redundant, so do I really have to put it there? I really don't think so. Because it's enough, I guess. Think about it. A particular framework that just allows us to describe and analyze random phenomena in the world around us. Am I making it complicated? Or am I making it more maybe I should just cover this, note. And when I get really good at it, I can reduce it. So that's it. Should I just write it like this or this? Because probability is there is not like definition per se. So yeah, let's go with this. I asked what is not probability. Now the question is, what is not probability? Asking from negative perspective. Okay. For example, subjective opinions, emotions, beliefs, and values are not probabilities because they cannot measure in terms of likelihood or chance. Now, what is the negation of probability? Is the complement of probability. The complement of an event A is that set of all outcomes in the space are in. No. This is it's going into probability. Anything that cannot be measured. Now, should go way above and say what it is. Or it should be like where we can't use probability theory, right? That's more specific, I guess. Logical truths are predetermined, isn't it? Not everything can be described or predicted by probability theory. Here are some examples of things that are not probability. I'm not asking why we need it, because it's self-contained here. Oh, bro, you're just wasting time. But now I really know what is probability and what is probability theory, what can be used, what cannot be, And we can't use. It's just a theory that just allows us to analyze situations or events. It's just same probability. It's just probability and probability theory is just same. It's just theory that uses in probability. Yeah, some math frameworks. That's a good way to say it. Not everything can be. I think it can actually make it better, right? Don't just try to make it better right now. Deterministic events. Yeah, deterministic means things that will, like, we know the outcome, kind of, you know? Yeah, always have a fixed outcome and can be predicted with certainty. You know, logical truths, bro. All humans are mortal. I mean, it's a logical truth. Doesn't involve, yeah, it doesn't involve causality. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can use like correlations. It doesn't provide information about causality. It cannot tell us whether one event causes another. That's capabilities. Yeah, personal feelings doesn't involve there. Always data. Data, bro. Data. That's what we mean. That's what we need. Let's consider a couple of specific applications of probability in order to get some intuition. Can I just complete the first chapter today? First chapter is just basic concepts. I have to complete this. So and then we have to deal with combinatorics, random discrete random variables for continuous every day, right? Interesting using R. In 14 days, can we make it? Can we make it? It's a big, ambitious goal, but I think we can. We have plenty of time. The only thing I really need to do is just focus on that one little thing. Just focus on it and do the deep work. Deep work. Because doing multiple things and not being able to accomplish anything and not getting things done on anything, I mean, it's no way in comparison to do that one thing and, you know, being able to do that thing, because at least you'll get into that head and you can actually process and have a good intuition and memory about it, right? Because reinforcement learning, kind of, what's the word for it? I forgot the name. It just say what bullshit. Forgot it. Doesn't really matter. I know what it means. It means if you, it's just some things start with R. I'll examples. Give this another, right? If you learn today something, kind of revise that 2 or 3 days later. The more you do like that, the more chance you have to make that as a permanent memory, into transfer from temporary to permanent memory. There's some stuff going in the brain, some memory part, but for this thing more let's assume I really don't know about probability. I know some, but I don't want to assume anything. I don't know anything. I haven't been in school since 10th standard, let's say. Haven't been to college. So I'm a normal guy. As an autodidactist, I should stand myself as a guy who don't know anything. Right? I just have a book, pen and papers. That's it. Right? That's it. And one more, if I wanted to like do multiple things, but they're not multiple, it's like do things which are manageable. Just clothing, just so you know, there's so much tabs already, but yes, I have like 30 something tabs. Like, it's, yeah, you gotta control, bro. But the thing is, sometimes I get too excited and euphoric. The things all I save is good thing, and it will be useful, but the thing is, I don't know how to manage them because it's too much, and actually I really don't have the time to deal with everything that goes around. But at the same time, people have that fear, or the FOMO, called fear of missing out, right? So I will have that feeling that I don't want to miss out. I don't want to leave this. And sometimes you will forget it. It's just like what happened before. I forgot that word, which is, I mean, it's not that important, but let's say, but I want to use it, right? In this say, the same sense, I wanted to learn a lot, but don't know how to manage time. And what happened is, it's worse. It's too much worse that nothing gets done, getting sitting here for too long, getting back pain and shoulder, it's bad for the health, physical health, mental health. Nothing gets done. And also what the main important the mental issues is that you'll not be able to learn anything further, that you'll not be able to do things further in future or the current day, because your brain is always filled with mental fog. So I can't focus on anything, can't think about things, can't think about thinking. I usually think about things and ask a lot of questions about self-actualization, self-realizations, all those things going on. But now it's just sitting, just wandering, and hate myself. I mean, what else I can say? In fact, what even worse is, even when I get out of this room, the whole house and surroundings seem still like a lot of dizziness, and maybe there's something wrong with the house. Maybe, I don't know. Something wrong with the house, maybe some metaphysical entities wandering around. Probably, I don't know. Probably, I don't know, right? It's just that you never know, because you don't have any scientific way to prove or disprove. That's a science all about disproving, right? That metaphysical entity, or let's say paranormal entity, doesn't exist or exist. But the thing is, if you prove it doesn't or does, the proof is invalid, because by definition, scientific proofs or science can only be applicable to physical things. I mean, by definition, it can only be applicable to physical things, right? And what we're talking about is a metaphysical thing. There's doesn't make sense, right? That experiment doesn't make sense. There's 50% chance, or based on the measurement of probability, there's a random, there's an event occurring in. There's a chance that, is it probable, or which word should I use? Plausible or possible? I'll search that on Google. I mean, not Google, on ChatGPT, but there's 50% chance that it might exist or doesn't exist. So, we have a big number still, right? 50%. It's not silly game. So, see how I got distracted. But at least I gained my state back by speaking out and engaging with myself. Damn. I'm not bad. I'm good. Possible versus... I think I know what the difference between possible and probable. But the main thing I want to know is plausible. Oh my god, I miss... Okay. Probability is quite related to probability theory, bro. So possible. Something is possible. If it can happen, or it doesn't imply any judgment about the likelihood of event happening. In other words, when we say possible, bro, again, it's... I can throw this pen, right? It is possible I can throw this pen. But it doesn't say, it doesn't imply any judgment about the this is a great example for learning probability. But the thing is, it's just a word that describes the same thing, but it doesn't have the measurement. When we use a probable, we have the measurement. It's crazy. Or it's a probable... it's based on probability theory, so it takes historical data. So that's what it is. Plausible. Let's come to plausible. Something is plausible if it seems reasonable. So plausible, it's quite related to... Wait. Source. Right, so it's just my doubt. So plausible is kind of like induction. Yeah, and reasoning, right? Okay. So, difference between probable and possible is just probable have a measurement and possible doesn't. Okay, that's a good way to think about it. So ChatGPT says that's a good way to think about it. Can I see myself clearly? Nah. Bro, my hair just went. I'm watching. I watched Korean and Lookism. It's based on a manga. They're called manhwa. Manhwa. Just anime. It's just Korean anime. I'm getting bald, bro. I mean, it looks like the same hair since like from college. So, but yeah, I am getting hair loss. But damn, gotta do something. A different hairstyle approach or going bald headed and look like Andrew Tate. What are your take on it? Or take on that? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe if that can bring back the hair. I don't know. Okay, got myself back. Where were we? Okay, let's read this again. So possible means something is possible if it can happen or exist. I just wanna